Oh, wow. I think it worked perfectly that time. I think. Good morning again. All right, guys. I think we're good now. I don't know why that took 3 times to get it up and running, but it did. It's not the end of the world. Okay, awesome. We're back. It looks like everything is working, which is great. Appreciate your guys' patience there. Third time's the charm, I guess, when it came to the live stream this morning. It's all right, we got it. Awesome. Thank you, Taylor. Thank you. Yeah, guys, if you could smash the like button, that would be great. I'm sure I just had maybe the advantage of blasting everyone with a whole bunch of notifications that I was going live, considering I went live 3 times. No horizontal? No, I saw the horizontal and vertical. There's got to be horizontal and vertical. It might have just not shown up. It might have just not shown up for you yet. I'm pretty sure it's all there. You guys, make sure to smash the like button. Really appreciate everyone doing that. All right, cool. Let's get up a price of XRP, because that's the interesting thing going on right now, not whether or not I know how to run a live stream. I swear the answer is yes, it's just nothing ever cooperates. So XRP is actually looking really good right now. Let's take a look at that. We were respecting this bottom line pretty much perfectly right now. Bouncing right off of it. We've still got some more consolidation to go. But the fact that we're bouncing here is very, very nice. There's a little bit of a different bounce this time. It was a little bit more of a slow, rounded bounce. But assuming we have a decent day in the market, there's no reason why we can't trade a little bit towards the middle of this thing. And we can get a better look about how tight this top band really is. It's very possible that this is actually a little closer to down here, compressing the time frame for the structure to play out a little bit. And it's possible that this could be up a little bit as well. So we'll see exactly how all this lines up. To me, it seems pretty obvious. We're definitely within some kind of consolidation pattern here. And we're just kind of waiting for the market to catch back up to price before we make that next big move. Do I think XRP could partner with another player? Well, anyone can kind of partner with XRP. It's a decentralized ledger, right? Anyone can use it. Would Ripple partner with a major player? Ripple's partnered with a lot of major players, right? It's like what their business is. Omni? Yeah, I'd have to look into it. Let me take a look right now. Let's start with a quick look at the price chart. All right, well, price chart's interesting. I mean, I know a lot of people are probably looking at this price chart and thinking, oh, that's terrible. But to me, it is interesting. Looks like you have a kind of a bottom forming. Looks like we kind of crashed down from nothing. So Price chart doesn't look bad. What number 400? A little small for me on coin market cap, but not the end of the world. Let me check out the website. Oh, so it's a cross chain. Did she say anything about Omni coming to the XRP ledger? Was there ever any talk about that? When Eddie was interviewing her, did they ever mention the XRP ledger? Definitely looks interesting. It looks like some kind of interoperability play. There's a lot of these really gaining a decent amount of momentum. So I see them as an interoperability protocol. XRP and FLR. Oh, very cool. Yeah, that's the exciting thing about what's happening right now, Crypto Clay. It's like a lot of these interoperability protocols are all adding the XRP ledger. So, to be honest, I find them very interesting. Oh, there's the CEO worked for Ripple. Oh, very cool. Dude, there's a lot of former Ripple employees out there doing new projects. It's really cool. There's a couple big ones coming. Like there's a lot of former Ripple employees building some really cool stuff out there. And a lot of people sleep on it because they're not directly building tokens on the XRP ledger, but instead they're integrating the XRP ledger to all these other chains. And to be honest with you, I don't know if it necessarily makes I don't want to get too much into that, but I don't know. I kind of like the strategy that some of these people are taking, like just build interoperable chains rather than necessarily feeling like you have to issue your token on that other specific chain. To me, there's no reason why you would have to do that if you have good interoperability. We've been lacking good interoperability, but that seems to be changing. So that's very cool, Crypto Clay. I appreciate you bringing that to my attention. I'm not going to dive too much here into the details of how Omni protocol works because I'm going to have to do some more research into it. But it is very cool. And to be honest, the token actually looks like it's at a pretty decent place as well. So a little food for thought there. Great mention, Crypto Clay. No, that's really interesting to build RLUSD into Omni because that would give it liquidity from the entire Ethereum ecosystem if I'm understanding kind of what they do properly. Bitcoin was supposedly anonymous, traceable honey trap operation for international criminals. Well, I don't know if it started off like that, but it certainly could be used like that. I mean, look, it's not really a honey trap. If you're dumb enough to be a criminal and take payment in Bitcoin, then you get tracked. So it's like, I don't know, you can't be a very good criminal and taking money in Bitcoin. Oh, very cool, defend. The YouTube stream isn't working? I don't know what you mean. Yeah, I think it's working fine. Awesome. Yeah, no worries, guys. It looks like it's working fine for me. Maybe that individual is just having some kind of weird problem. Stream is just a little muckled. Who thinks Elon is Satoshi? Him and the team behind them. No, I don't think it's Elon, to be honest with you. I think there are some much better candidates for Satoshi than Elon Musk. I mean, I think Elon Musk understands crypto, but I don't think he's like the biggest crypto guy. Satoshi could suddenly dump all Bitcoin and make. Yeah, Satoshi could always dump Bitcoin, but you know, it's just I don't think it's something that realistic to be worried about. I mean, I'd be more worried about Michael Saylor than Satoshi. In my opinion, the biggest risk to Bitcoin is probably Michael Saylor. And I don't even think it's really that close. That or protocol risk. I don't think protocol risk is that high either, but I'm not really worried about Satoshi dumping his Bitcoin. He's always seemed to be a good actor for the ecosystem. So not too worried about that. On the flip side of things, though, Michael Saylor, I think, could be an issue. A lot of people are worried about Tether for Bitcoin, but I don't really understand why people think Tether is going to crash Bitcoin. Tether would crash the entire cryptocurrency market, not just Bitcoin. I'm not sure where people get this idea that Tether would only crash Bitcoin. It would crash XRP too. But I don't think Tether's going to crash. I think Tether's going to slowly kind of disappear from existence, and more regulated stable coins will kind of take the lead. I know Tether has been invested in some regulated stablecoin companies as well. Adam Beetle, good to see you. Welcome. We're really just watching XRP right now on the try to fill out this formation. Until XRP fills this out, I think we're in a bit of a waiting game. I mean, things look really good. It's holding at these high prices. The lows are getting higher, as you can see. We're slowly grinding up on these higher lows. We have this one right here, and then this one is slightly higher, and it looks like this crash is slightly higher. So we're making really good progress there. And yeah, it looks like we kind of just need to play this out a little bit more before we can hopefully get a significant move to the upside here. Europe is shutting down Tether. Yeah. I don't know if Tether is a big Ponzi scheme. I think people should do some research on who's involved with Tether and realize that Tether's probably done a lot of sketchy things in the past, but they also have a lot of money. Like, I don't think Tether is a Ponzi scheme. It's a very easy business model. You take in money, you issue a digital dollar. Am I concerned about quantum hacks? No, not really at all. There's always worries about new technologies breaking these encryption protocols, and for the most part, it's just very easy to upgrade the protocol to be able to accommodate for a lot of these things. So I don't know. I just am of the fundamental belief that good guys always work a little faster than bad guys, and they're going to have ways to essentially fix this prior to quantum being a more significant issue. So no, to be completely honest, I'm really not that worried about it. I think it is something we have to consider and to watch and be careful of. But if it's something that, is it something that I'm constantly thinking, oh, this could be bad? No. Yeah, Tether did just put 750 into Rumble stock. So why does USTT never been audited? Well, they've never been audited, but they've had a bunch of attestations, which essentially show that they have the money they say they do. So, look, I don't know why Tether does the things they do. I mean, Ripple's never had an audit. Does that mean that Ripple doesn't have the XRP they say they do? I mean, look, I understand people's sketchiness to Tether. Like, the sketchiness to Tether makes sense. The thing that people don't like about Tether makes sense. But I'm just trying to tell you guys, like, look, they work with some very, very big banks who have already come out and said that Tether has the money. They just don't want to play by the rules that the governments want them to play by. And that's whatever, right? They'll either exist in those jurisdictions or they won't. But that doesn't have to do with Tether being a Ponzi scheme. People conflate two very different things, right? I can run a business that wouldn't really be legal in the United States, so it'd be perfectly legal in another country. Doesn't mean my business is a Ponzi scheme. It just means the way I want to run my business is not going to work in the United States. Those are two very, very different things. That's where I think Tether is. Taylor, I think it's concerning, but I don't think it really has much to do with the money Tether has. I think Tether has the money. I think it's more of just that Tether doesn't want to comply with a lot of the reporting requirements that are going to be required. Do I think XRP is being manipulated more than we think? I'm not sure, really. I think XRP is being manipulated to a certain degree. I think the entire cryptocurrency market is being manipulated to a certain degree, but I just don't have any really good proof. Like, normally we see hints of things. We see like signs that this stuff is happening and how they're doing it and why they're doing it. You just don't see a lot on the manipulation front, which is probably a good thing, right? Like, they don't want to know, or they don't want to show their manipulation, but there's not a lot you can really point to prove manipulation. The biggest thing I can prove manipulation on is just the escrow. Let it breathe. Yeah, that's a good one, Crypto Clay. That's a good one. I would have thought I would have really been all over the let it breathe comment, and I would have been a big conspiracy guy if something else happened. Let me show you what would have made me really question the let it breathe comment, because I think this is important nuance on the let it breathe comment that not a lot of people talk about. Let me show you guys this real quick. So for those of you who don't know what the let it breathe comment is, essentially back during the 2017 pump, Chris Larson essentially texted or emailed market makers to let it breathe. Now the thing I want to make clear is, like, it's not like Chris Larson said let it breathe here, right? He wasn't like let it breathe and then like boom, the price started ripping. I'm pretty sure that came out like here. So like, that's the thing. It's like, to me, it's like, okay, well, the price had already gone up 2,000%. And then he says, let it breathe. Like, it's not like he was saying to let it breathe before it ever moved. So that's the only nuance I'll put there. And I would appreciate if someone could find me the let it breathe date. Let me see if I can find it so we can see exactly where he said it on the chart, because I'm kind of guessing right. Let it. I would like to know the exact date that Chris Larson said let it breathe. Yeah, I'm just not going to be able to find it right now, unfortunately. Two weeks before the pump. Oh, Stefan, December 17th to 18th, 2018. Oh, yeah. So it's even later than I thought. It's like here. It's like here-ish. So I don't know. You can argue you got that last big kind of leg up, but I mean, I don't know. I really appreciate you for finding that, Stefan. I just want to make it clear, right? It's not like Ripple said like let it breathe and it went up 52,000%. Like, it had already moved a very, very significant amount. They said let it breathe and it kind of made that last big move before the entire market came crashing back down. So just some comment around that, just to give people a better idea of why, like, for me, that isn't the definition of market manipulation. Now, what could be possible is there might have been another let it breathe comment down here, and then that let it rip, and then the only public let it breathe comment is here. That's certainly possible, but those are just some things I pay attention to when I'm assessing how much influence does that comment really have over the market. It's like, well, yeah, the price did move, and we did see a move there, but also we can see that the price was already moving pretty significantly before then. So it's not like Ripple just has this complete control over the price. DirtNav says, I can't wait for an ETF and IPO. Well, we do have an ETF on the market now. It's just not an XRP only ETF. IPO will be very exciting, though. Settlement, too? I hope it's a settlement. And I don't know how much I've talked about this, a settlement versus dismissal, but a settlement would be incredible. Incredible. I see Charles Hoskinson talking a lot about XRP and Ripple also. It seems like all these chains suddenly want to integrate with the XRP ledger, which is great. Absolutely great. You know, put some great research out there, and I'm sure you guys already follow him, but Smoke Dog, he put some great research out there. I mean, just these quotes. Ripple deals with 100 banks, including some of the biggest tier ones in the world, so we already cover 80% of the world's most crucial corridors. Now, I can tell you this is probably a little older, but still very interesting to see. Movement towards the technology has already begun. And then Ripple for trade finance. It's just cool to see the direct quotes from people directly saying it. I mean, one of the big things is like, oh, it's not really happening. Oh, it's not really happening. It's like, oh, yeah, well, it's happening. This is interesting. Where do you make your first XRP exit? Most people in the community, 50% say $100 plus. Big Yin says crypto is a Ponzi scheme. Well, I'm not sure you quite understand what a Ponzi scheme is. It's funny that someone would be on a live stream and says, "Oh, crypto is a pyramid scheme." Well, welcome to the live stream. Ask me some questions that I can convince you it's not a pyramid scheme. I'll play that game if you want to play that game. Holding XRP does depend on your age. I'm 59, so I'll liquidate 25% of my bag once it hits $20. Hopefully, in the meantime. Oh, well, Norwich, Texas Association. Absolutely. Absolutely. Look, if you're a little bit older and you need some money, like, dude, take some profits, right? Improve your life. You have to understand, like, financial planning and financial advice always needs to revolve around you. And like you guys, when you watch me, you have to understand I'm a lot younger. I have a lot more time to sit back and let these things compound. I can take on a lot more risk. And that's why financial advice cannot be given over the internet, right? That's why no one can give, everyone says this is not financial advice. Because, and let me give you two people. One person, let's say there's two of me, right? Even if there's two people the same exact age, there could be things that make the position different, right? It could be me with no debt and it could be me with $50,000 in debt. The advice would be completely different. So just understand, like, you can't listen to what other people want you to do. I would say there are a couple safe things you can always follow. Pay down debt, improve your quality of life. Pay down debt, improve your quality of life, and then create financial stability. If you can do those things, you're probably not making any big mistakes. If you can pay down debt, improve your quality of life, and improve financial stability, like, you're probably not doing anything wrong. Big Yin, that's awesome. Big Yin says, LOL, just hoping I can buy cheaper. That's so funny, Big Yin. I was about to say, who's sitting here thinking crypto is a pyramid scheme, showing up to the live stream? No, that's so funny, Big Yin. Just hoping I can buy cheaper, trying to flood the market. Love it. Oh man, that's so funny. The way you came in, just like no context, just like you're actually going to affect the market with that message. Yeah, AI, you're absolutely correct. I guarantee you that if you binge X Files, you will find screening referencing to Ripple as a poison pill. Soul, I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about, but it seems interesting. Huh. If you look at it that way, I would agree that cryptocurrency is a pyramid scheme. If you think all money is a pyramid scheme, and if you think like literally the entire government is built on a pyramid scheme, then to a certain degree, everything's a pyramid scheme, right? So like I do kind of see what you're saying. I wouldn't like tell people like make the argument like, oh, it's all a pyramid scheme, because I don't think it really is. I think some things have enough legitimacy where it's not. But I mean, like, even like Social Security, I mean, it's like that, even like that's like a pyramid scheme to a certain degree. JB Heavy Equipment, what's my take on Celestia? I'm sorry, I don't really know anything about Celestia. I mean, I'll take a quick look at it for you just because you donated some money. Um Chart looks okay. The chart doesn't look great. It's really got to hold where it is if the chart's gonna look good. Um, it actually looks very similar to Omni Protocol. Yeah, I mean, I would say it looks like, from my 2 seconds of looking at it, it looks interesting. Um, Pretty big market cap. It's got to gain a lot of adoption. There's a lot of bridges coming out right now. There's a lot of competition in the bridging space, so we'll see who ends up winning in the bridging space. But there is a lot of competition in the bridging space. 801, of course you do. That's how it works. 801. Everyone wants to start buying once they're a little late. Now, I don't think they're that late yet. So I wouldn't say it's a horrible time to buy now, but it is funny that we've known about this entire time, and now everyone wants to buy. Once the price starts going up, that's when everyone's suddenly interested in getting involved. I feel you. What other dates are there? I don't know if we have any dates we're specifically watching right now. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have like a huge amount of like respect for Raw Paul. Like, I don't really believe in most of the things he says. I personally think Raw Paul says a lot of nonsense. Don't get me wrong. He seems like a very good guy. He seems like a very smart guy, but I'm not sure he really understands. I'm not sure he understands cryptocurrency as well as he thinks he does. Just when I hear some of the things he says, it just doesn't seem like he really gets it. Thank you, thank you, Silver Days. Yes, Silver Days makes an important point. Never say how much XRP you hold for security reasons. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, Silver Days, for putting that out there. Paul talks his book. Yeah, I agree. You know, I don't think he's a bad guy at all. He actually seems to me genuinely like a really good guy. It's just one of the things he says is like, I don't really get it. Like, he's one of those guys who sees TPS on Sui and he's like, oh, wow. Like, look at all these transactions a second. Wow, this must be great. But he doesn't really understand the actual application of any of these things. So Raul Paul is just going to be constantly going from the next VC pumped thing to the next VC pump thing. But when you actually look at a lot of these VC coins like Solana and Sui, like they can be extremely problematic in how their tech is actually built out, but they'll ignore it all because there's so much money and hype being funneled into these things. Speaking of Solana, I'm curious what Solana's been up to. Interesting. Mr. Doge. Quick catch up on the charts. Yeah, there's a lot of blockchains that I don't know, like things like Polkadot. Like, what is Polkadot going to do? It just seems like, what is Polkadot going to do? There's so many other blockchains at this point where it's like, how does this thing compete? How does Polkadot really compete with everything else out there? I don't know. I really don't. I don't have anything wrong against Polkadot. It just seems to me like the field is getting very crowded for all these new blockchains. Like, you've got to have something very different or very new, or it's just really like, I don't know how you gain any level of adoption. Just making sure we're not missing anything quick. No, there's not a whole lot going on. It's really funny for me to watch all the people who used to be anti XRP suddenly turning pro XRP. Oh, excellent Christmas with the fam. Yeah, no, it was great. It was really nice to see everyone and spend time with everyone. Oh, Eleanor Terra is killing it. Eleanor's killing it. Yeah, she's doing some really big things. She's currently FOIAing the SEC for their Inspector General report. Let me tell you, that is I mean, she's getting into it. Yeah, protect Ellie at all costs. Absolutely. I want her to become a Fox News host and bring me on. Ellie's my key to getting on Fox News. No, but in all seriousness, she's doing an excellent job. Crypto BitLord says XRP stage 4 pump begins tonight. If I'm wrong, I'll delete my account. All right. Whatever, man. I would say I'm not really expecting an XRP pump tonight. Let's see who's right, me or BitLord. I don't know. It seems like a bad bet to make. Like, when would I want to come up and make that bet? If XRP did and it was here. Maybe on Jan 1. Getting that potential break. Maybe BitLord thinks that's going to happen. Possible. But I wouldn't be betting the farm on XRP just going straight up from here because it's had a little bit of a little lack of volatility recently. I guess you can kind of condense things down a bit if you really wanted to see that happening a little sooner. But I don't know. I don't know if I see that immediate prediction. You really gotta squeeze that thing in. And it's possible that's the chart. I don't know. Crypto BitLord's an emotional train wreck. Hey, man. I'm just happy he's kind of on board in the XRP community. Who did? Oh, I interviewed with Peter King. He's got like a small podcast that but I enjoy going on his channel. Peter's a good guy. It's like a Spotify interview. Sorry, 1 minute, guys. Play this song? Nah, not right now. Paul Atkins is a BTC and ETH maxi. Don't expect him to end the case anytime soon. No, I don't think he is a Bitcoin and ETH maxi. I've seen him say enough about the Ripple SEC case where I'm not concerned about Paul Atkins. And Stuart Alderati and Brad Garlinghouse seemed very excited too, so. How will US politics affect XRP? Well, it's actually a really good question. I mean, right now it looks like US politics will be pretty beneficial to XRP because the entire cryptocurrency market seems to be very pro XRP, and pro cryptocurrency and pro American cryptocurrency. So it seems like everything is lining up really, really well for a very, very big push for a kind of XRP and other American cryptocurrencies to be given kind of a level playing field. Mel Carmine prediction at $10 XRP Jan 17, 2025 at $30 XRP by March 8th. I like the sound of that. I'll hope he's correct. Looks like a lot of big traders still have time off right now. Really low volatility. There's not much exciting going on right now. A little bit of a slow news cycle. A little bit of low liquidity in the markets. We'll see. We're almost up to the stock market open here. So we'll see if that changes anything, but we can take a look at amendments real quick. See where those lie. Not too much movement on the amendments. See what's going on in XP market. Got to collect my rewards. Those collected. Take a look at the AMM stats. Oh, wow. Looks like the XPM to XRP market pool has gotten pretty big. That's cool to see. Magnetic to XRP, that's always been a big one. Starting to see a lot of meme coins showing up now on these pools, which is interesting. AMM trends, volume, TVL. TVL looks good. About 40 mil. XRP pooled. I don't know if I understand this chart really, but it says 110 million XRP pooled. I don't understand how there's 110 million XRP pooled and only 40 million TVL. I had to ask XP Market about that. Fees. Cool stuff. How's the node count going? Actually, validators are growing pretty quickly as well. Validators are going up. We have seen a small uptick in the amount of nodes, but it's interesting. It actually looks like more validators are coming online. And nodes, actually. And nodes. I think we've added 10 to 15 new nodes and up to 140 validators. So it's down to 125 validators a couple months ago. We're up to 140 validators, so seeing a nice increase in validators and also nodes. We have seen a nice increase in nodes. I think when I started this thing, we were down to like 725, so we've probably added about 25 nodes since I started doing this. Oh, Jonathan Grimm, that's awesome. Can you use your laptop to run a validator? I don't think a laptop will be capable of doing it. But I could be wrong there. My understanding is you'll probably need a little bit of more of a sophisticated device to be able to run one, but doesn't hurt to be able to look into it. I think you probably could run one. It just wouldn't be very high quality and it'd probably have some issues, but yeah, you need a dedicated server. So in your opinion, is there any company that has done the work that Ripple did in terms of convincing institutions? Has anyone like come close to what Ripple has done? I don't think so. I don't know anyone who's really that close. Taylor said, I personally think Bitcoin is antiquated like most here, but when BlackRock got involved, I started shoveling money in because money doesn't care about feelings or opinions. Absolutely, Taylor. I completely agree. Look, the thing is BlackRock doesn't care if it's antiquated because they're not using it to move money. BlackRock just sees it as an investment, and if BlackRock sees it as an investment, there's likely more money coming down the road. So, Taylor, I completely agree. As soon as the Grayscale ETF narrative was going along, I was purchasing Grayscale ETF hand over fist. It was trading at a 50% discount to the amount of Bitcoin it held, and I said, yes, please. I will take that discount on Bitcoin any day. And it's my assumption that this ETF will close and we will have a Grayscale Bitcoin ETF. And it was a big risk at the time because there's a lot of talks that Grayscale had all these issues. There's a lot of talks that they're going to lose the case against the SEC. So it was possible all of that would not be converted into real shares and thus Bitcoin, but ended up winning on that one. And that was definitely a pretty good one to get. And I'll actually show you guys GBTC premium discount. So this is pretty cool. This is where I hope it shows it. Start trial. Dude, like, why are you going to make, like, I'm not looking. You're like, what is that website thing I'm going to do? Okay, well, this is still crappy. But back here in May of 2023, this is a discount chart. So at the top is 0. Okay, I can zoom in a little bit. This will work. So at the top here, this purple line is a 0% discount. Down here is the current discount to Bitcoin. So as you can see, back here, the Grayscale product was trading at a 50% discount to Bitcoin, where now it's trading at, I guess, a 6% discount, but not even that seems like completely correct. See if I can find a better chart. Y charts definitely had the best chart, but they're not going to, whatever. It was Grayscale Bitcoin Trust was trading at a huge discount to premium, and it essentially allowed you to buy Bitcoin for 50% off. I have no idea why it's so hard to pull up a freaking chart of it. You wouldn't think that'd be that hard to find, especially not a chart behind a freaking paywall, but whatever. John Slack says, dude, I've had Phenomium for the last 2 weeks, and the only thing that will cure me is an XRP pump. Well, I certainly hope you get cured, because I certainly hope we get that XRP pump. I'm excited for the next one. stock market opens in about a minute here. What website is this? This is TradingView. When Lambo? I don't know. Hopefully soon. When Lambo. All right, markets are opening. Nothing exciting. Looks like it's going to be a red day. Low liquidity. Tax loss harvesting. All right, guys, it doesn't look like there's really much else going on right now. I am going to jump. Guys, thank you so much for coming. I hope everyone has a great weekend. Things will kick back off big coming into the next week. Obviously, there's going to be a lot kind of ramping up as we kind of